The next one. All right, we're gonna start this one off with Paul because this is
let's go.
his domain.
Let's go.
Who's a Jets player that should be cut immediately?
You know, I got to say that obviously coming off a victory Monday, I don't love firing anybody, but you know what? This is a business. It's a cold-blooded business. And when you don't get the job done, you get the hell out of here. And that player clearly is a man who was just recently benched. His name is Greg Van Roten. And you would think, Paul, you dirty animal, aren't you satisfied enough that he's been benched? Hell no, is the answer. I need him to get the heck on out of here. Greg Van Roten has been Greg Van Roten. He's been gosh darn awful. Terrible, as a matter of fact. It's about time he packs his bags. It's been a nice story. Well, he grew up a Jets fan. Boo-hoo, I don't care. Move on, pal. I'm sorry. You know what? I would tell you not to quit your day job, but that is exactly what I'm telling you to do. You are terrible at your day job. It's time to explore different career opportunities. And, you know, even when we eventually kick him out of the door, I'm not going to say good luck in your future endeavors because guess what? I don't mean it. I don't wish him any good luck with any he may have, but I need him immediately out of here yesterday, quite frankly.
I understand. I get it. I definitely understand. And he did just get benched. So, you know, we'll see. But that it was a very definitive take there. Lorenzo, who would you say?
I like the guy, but he's clearly not a fit for this team. And I think he needs to go elsewhere. ASHTYN Davis. I covered him at Cal. But he's underwhelmed. He is underwhelmed. I was expecting him to be that playmaker that he was at Cal. And he's only had his interception against the Dolphins was on the errant throw. He missed a tackle on Patrick Laird, an undrafted rookie who came into the league. I mean, I think ASHTYN needs a change of scenery. He should be the guy.
To be released, though? You're going to cut it?
A third-round pick.
2020, right? 2020 draft pick?
Right out the door.
He needs that change of scenery.
That kid is explosive and nasty.
Very athletic.
And I would like to see if I could at least get something for him. He's only 25. I don't know. I had a hard time cutting 25-year-olds who play with a nasty streak like ASHTYN Davis, but we'll see. Mr. Sanudo, what do you got?
Matt Amendola. Yeah. I mean, this is if you want to look at the unemployment line, I think you point Amendola to that direction because he's not cut it at all. 2 of 8 with kicks over 40. I mean, you saw the Jets game on Sunday when, you know, they were thinking of kicking a field goal. Salah and their crew was like, you know what? Pull back. We can't do this. We got to be aggressive. We can't go with the Joe Judge, school of being conservative. We can't do this. We have Matt Amendola is not a kicker. He's not an NFL kicker at all. And I get it. He's a rookie, right? But I mean, the guy is just not. He's not cutting it for the Jets. Even for a 3-win team, I would cut him immediately. A lot of teams just cut kickers willy-nilly. I would do it with this guy. I mean, they just cannot find a kicker, the Jets, ever since Jason Myers, I think. It's really been an Achilles heel. I'd rather have Sam Ficken back rather than Amendola.
You got the fall there.
And he was terrible. I mean, if we're stooping that low, I mean, this guy, I think he hit a field goal at the end, but it was really close to the goal line. So that's obviously a gimme, but I'd rather a college kicker than Amendola right now, to be honest. And, I thought the Jets were going to take a kicker in the draft last year, maybe at the end, 6 or 7, but they didn't. The year before they took Braden Mann, but I think this is the end of the road. If he's going to screw up one more time in this upcoming game, I think he's going to be hitting the unemployment line. He's going to be receiving some benefits next week.
That's good.
Not some benefits. Man, not the benefits. Well, I think I clearly have the biggest name here. And let me explain before I even get into this, right?
Okay.
So a lot of times when you talk about releasing someone, so first of all, let me backtrack a little bit. I don't know if I would say release this person immediately, but what I would say is during the off season, this should be one of their cuts. I don't know that they need to cut anybody right now. Obviously, Matt Amendola just totally isn't cutting it, but I'm talking more off season.
Okay.
And when you have to assess where you are as a franchise and as an organization. Right now, I don't think the Jets are necessarily like on the cusp of anything. They're 3-8. They won the last game, but I don't think anybody will be surprised if they're 5-12, 6-11 at the end of this season. Finish 5-12, 6-11, you're not on the cusp of anything. Matter of fact, if they finish the season 5-12 or 6-11, I think most Jets fans will be like, "Hey, we had a little bit of momentum going. We finished we went 500 the rest of the season." Yeah. Like I can imagine that saying we got a little bit of momentum. So if that's your reality, you're not like on the cusp of winning right now. So what you have to do at that point is you have to look at some of your higher priced guys who, from an age standpoint, their prime does not align with what you expect to be your winning window. So with that foundation laid, the guy I think that they should release is CJ Mosley.
Whoa.
CJ Mosley is a 29-year-old middle linebacker who is at this point, I would not call him a dominant performer at middle linebacker. I say he's solid.
Okay.
He's a solid linebacker. Mm-hmm. He's 29 years old, but guess what? Next year, CJ Mosley is going to have a base salary of $16 million. That is 8.19% of the team's overall cap room.
Yeah.
Going to a 29-year-old linebacker who, by the time you're ready to win, he won't be anymore. So sometimes you release a person not because they suck. It's just because there isn't a match. So here's the issue. Obviously, you might first try to see if you can get something in a trade for CJ Mosley. But who's going to take on this $16 million contract? So this is how you start to see really good players, especially really good veterans, wind up released because their window and timeline doesn't match with the franchise. So this is not a diss to CJ Mosley at all. I think he's played well. I think he's done as well as can be, but I don't think he's the sort of difference maker that you have to have. Obviously, he's not. He's playing every day, and they're still 3-8. I don't think he's the type of that level of a difference maker. And I think that you would do better as a franchise to try to get as much flexibility financially as possible. I'm sure there is a date at this point, and we'd have to look that up to see when they could release him and get any level of a cap break for letting him go. The thing of it is that there is an out after next season for his deal. But if they don't exercise that out, in 2023, he'll make $17 million, and he'll make the same in 2024, and then he'll be an unrestricted free agent in 2025 when he's 33 years old. Do you not want to get from under this contract on a team that clearly isn't close to winning? So while CJ Mosley is a solid guy, the whole nine, at this point, he's doing more harm than good to the overall financial situation of the Jets. They should release him in the offseason if they can find any financial break from doing so.
Brian, what a very calculated response. That was just very nicely put. So I can imagine the headlines now. NFL analyst trashes expected Jets veteran.
He's smooth talks it.
Jets veteran. I love it. Great.
Yeah, I mean, this is how I see it. This is just how I see it. So,